happen like that too often. Never happened like that. Biggest drop we've ever had. Oh, what the heck? Yeah, absolutely. And that rebound was crazy. Yeah, so what's gonna happen, in my opinion, is we're gonna see like some pretty choppy action. And it's gonna just go up and down a lot, you know? But it might not be so violent. It's gonna be kind of smooth. Like I don't know what it's gonna be like, but I've seen Bitcoin go real stable and pretty much just stay between a few $1,000s. But now that it's so high, the band could be like ten bands. It could be like 10,000 range. That's just bouncing between 40 to 30. You know, because there's strong support at 30. Like the whole. So let me pull up the price. Let me share a couple things here. Yeah, so that's good, but it's a good time to, if anything, if you bought dips, it's a good time to maybe take advantage of selling. Um, yeah, so that you can just lock it in, and then if it goes down, because we're still in choppy waters, even though ADA might be up 10%, like they're just they're reaching other resistance levels and they're breaking through them though pretty nicely. It's pretty good. Let me pull up the trading view. You can see. Oh wait, I didn't turn my screen on. Hold on, one sec. Yeah, no, honestly, yeah, it doesn't even make sense to sell, to be honest. Like, I'm thinking like a trader right now, cause like, yeah, I'm so like, it's just kind of fun to be honest. But like, yeah, there's no real sense in, cause I've had so many times where I've sold and it just like rips my face off because it never dips after that. It's happened before. This is a crazy chart, man. I can't believe it's already back up like 50%. We dropped from 240, 250, let's say, right? 250 back to $1. So 50% back up would be, what's that? Half of $1 is 75 cents. So we're pretty much up to 50% from the crash. If you bought at $1, oh my gosh, lucky person, right? This was all within like since May 23rd it hit a buck, right? Cuz the 19th was the first crash. Wow, it actually hit $1 twice. Oh shit. Yeah, you're always doing something. That's the thing. It's yeah, same here. Like I'm usually at work when most of this stuff is happening. It's like in the middle of the day. Yeah, like this was 12. The crash happened at 12 at noon. Cause I remember like watching it and being like, "Yo, Bitcoin's crashing right now." And then one dude had like an account with Wealth Simple. He's like, "Should I buy?" I'm like, "Yeah, buy some." And he bought at like 35K Bitcoin. So he's up right now. Like it's once you see those crashes, you shouldn't be afraid to buy still. Cause like it's like how bad could it be? You know, like you gotta wait though. You gotta wait for it to be like holy fuck, like okay, it's like crashing, right? And you seeing it going down fast, that's when you're really catching it. You gotta watch it though. That's the thing. Yeah, you gotta watch it. But one thing I would say is you to avoid having to watch it is you um, set limit buys. You just kind of have these extreme orders ready. You're just like, what if it just crashed to like 30K, and you'd be like, okay, I'll just put an order in here. You know, like the only problem that I ever have with that is that my money could be doing other things while I'm waiting for that to happen, and it might never happen, right? So then you at some point you got to be like, okay, I'm gonna lift that buy. So, but you know, that's part of the game is kind of like allocating funds and you know capitalizing. Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure. Like Sif Chain, like honestly, it is like a game because like if you if you look at Sif Chain, it's like yo, there's so many steps. I don't know who it was in the group, but somebody's in this pool or by now because they were talking about. Oh, it's kind of blurry. If anything, jump on the YouTube because it might be a little delayed. But, oh, you see it? Okay, cool, cool, cool. I can zoom in a bit too, anyway. So, so Sif Chain is dope because like they're gonna link a lot of the. Okay, so you see how there's Binance Smart Chain and other. I don't know if you could tell, but there's some blockchains that are kind of like a copy of Ethereum, and then there's some that are like a little bit different. Like Terra, like it has its own wallet. It's not like inside of MetaMask. You know what I mean? Like any wallet that you can like. Let me pull it up so you can see what I'm talking about. I don't know if you could. Yeah, so this wallet here, yeah, Terra Station. So I don't know if you can see this. Like I have MetaMask opened up. You probably can't see it actually. The way I have it set up. Let me actually change the way I got this going. Yeah, it's not showing. Change windows, screens. All right, here you can see it now. So when I have MetaMask open here, so I have like all of these other chains. I have Binance. I have Binance like a three times, but because I was showing people, if anything, I should close these. Let me get rid of them. So I have Binance and stuff like that. You got Go Chain, which Omi, um, like we talk about Ecomi and stuff like that. Vivi, that's on Go Chain. Go Chain is like a copy of Ethereum. Um, Fusion is like compatible with Ethereum. It's not necessarily a copy, but it's compatible with Ethereum. There's a lot of them. XDAI, there's a ton of them. And then Ethereum itself has like a few test networks that you can like look. I have like two ETH here, but it's like not real ETH. It's testnet ETH. Rinkeby, I have 18 ETH here, but it's not. I don't actually have 18 ETH. It's just testnet ETH, right? So exactly. But the other ones I'm showing you at the bottom here, these are real blockchains. Okay, so these are real chains that I'm actually have money on and stuff, right? So everybody's on Binance right now. Everyone's on Binance chain, but it's starting to leak over into like Fusion Network stuff like that. So what Sif Chain is doing is they are basically, if anything, I should change the title of what we're talking about. But what Sif Chain is doing is they're basically going to connect all of these Ethereum compatible chains that I just showed you and pretty much allow them to be traded, all the tokens on them to be traded on this one platform. So they're, yeah, it's going to be huge. Yo, listen, a year from now, these are not going to look the same. Like if anything, this is like very early demo. Like this is their first welcome to our beta net. This isn't even launched yet. Please be aware that while this has passed several public security audits, it's still in beta. We encourage you to first understand how it works before transacting on it and exercise caution at all times. There's a list of security measures taken, but please note that all transactions conducted are at your own risk. This platform is not open to US users. Oh shit, I didn't even read that part. But I'm not from the US, so it's all good. So the thing that the thing that's really cool about this, like I just said, is like they're gonna have a way bigger list. Right now, this is just Ethereum tokens, and this isn't even like 1% of what's out there. But what's cool too is that I think it's gonna be more curated because Thorchain kind of works the same. These pools are only really going to be supported if they actually have like liquidity in them. So like if it doesn't reach a certain threshold, I don't think it'll even show up because they just won't support the bandwidth for that. So I could be wrong, but like I know Thorchain works like that. But this is pretty much like I'm seeing a lot of. I mean, these aren't all random. I never heard of T ship, but Title I've heard of. I've heard of all of these other ones though. And yeah, so all you have to do is just like to if you ever wanted to get it to work and stuff. Um, shit, I don't. Oh, I have to connect my wallet. That's weird. Oh, connect wallet. There you go. So yeah, go ahead. Yeah. So the only reason that you would want to use this instead is because to put it simply and bluntly, it's decentralized. When you're using Atomic Wallet, first of all, they're taking a small fee. It's not a big one. Like it's actually a nice swapping platform. If you're not using Ethereum or Bitcoin, because just the network fees just take a huge chunk, you might as well send it to Binance or something like that. It's probably better. But uh, yeah, because in that transaction you gotta at least just check on CoinGecko and see if the conversion is worth it. Like you might be spending like $30 to make that trade, right? When instead you could just buy your Bitcoin or Ethereum on Newton and keep it there, and then when you want to buy something else, maybe you sell it on Newton into XRP and you transfer it to somewhere else because the idea here, like I think you already know this, right? You want to avoid network fees because if you can avoid spending $15, $20, $30, you might as well, right? Like what's the point of going through that? So yeah, so I mean you could even take your XRP and put it into Atomic, and XRP is pretty transferable into like anything else they have offered there, right? So mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fine. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Ooh, that's kind of steep. Oh, well, yeah, it depends on how much you're buying, but like, yeah, that's kind of steep. I mean, what? So if you take a look in the welcome and rules page, there's no rules in there. It's just like a bunch of like reference links and stuff. There's an exchange called NDAX. It's NDAX. Yeah, so sign up for that one. They have basically all of the major projects that you might want to buy comfortably. So you don't have to do any of that. The only problem I only have with them is that transferring in and out, like they take a little longer than I like. Like they might take like an hour or something like that to send your coins sometime, even if it's like XRP or something. When other exchanges, they're just way quicker. So just keep that in mind. But other than that, they're pretty legit. Why can't I like connect to these? No, no, no. So Newton is a wallet. Like, oh, sorry, Newton. Yes, 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 yes. Newton is like an exchange. My bad. I thought you said Atomic for some reason. I was hearing things. Yeah. So yeah, Endax is definitely gonna be where you wanna be buying if you're buying like over time long term. And also what's cool is you can put limit orders, so you can do that with them. And usually when I offer people to sign up, I give them Newton and Endax, because Newton is nice and fast, like to order, to buy, and to withdraw. And then Endax is kind of like they just have a better selection. They have Link, they have Polkadot, they have Ada. Um, yeah, yeah. So the only thing you want to keep in mind is that Endax, all of them. I mean, even Newton now charges a fee. They used to not, which was kind of really nice. But but yeah, Newton now charges a fee. But I think they even take some off the table for you, for Bitcoin and Ethereum. But usually on Newton, it should be cheaper for you to withdraw. So really and truly, the difference for you of where you buy, this is up to you. I'll be honest. Like you could just do whatever is comfortable for you, right? But for me, it's like wherever you can just pay the least to withdraw, and it feels like it's the quickest to withdraw, you should use that one, right? But then if you want convenience, just to of course buy Link or buy Ada and stuff because they really do have it there. Go to Endax because they're both Canadian as well. Well, you don't. Well, again, when you do something like that, don't use Bitcoin. Use XRP. There's no reason to use Bitcoin. Oh, it's the same thing. Yeah, same thing. XLM is actually better because you can actually hold XLM and have a better potential for price appreciation because it's just smaller. Yeah, XLM is beautiful. I love XLM, bro. I should buy a bag right now, honestly. Yeah, so the way you would want to look at Sif Chain is like a brand new shiny car. It's like a Tesla compared to like a Toyota. It has different plumbing. It has totally different plumbing. It still looks like a car. It does the same kind of things, but it has completely different plumbing. It's automated and all that shit. You know what I mean? Like the only thing, yeah, under the roof, right? Like there's under the hood, there's different plumbing. So um, it's an exchange, right? You go to exchange for. You can even buy Link here, right? Like look, right? You can buy Link. I could buy Link right now. And what's cool is, have you ever? Do you understand Uniswap a bit or like? So Uniswap is just like it's an on-chain exchange. And Uniswap is amazing because it does the same volume at times that Coinbase does. You know what I mean? Like take that in. That's a big deal. That's like billion, like it's up to like $2 billion a day. Like I could just pull it up right now if anything exchanges. Yeah, exactly. Like if I go to spot exchanges, 24-hour volume, 7 bill, right? 7 billion, right? That's and Coinbase is like catered towards US exchanges. So all of that is like usually US citizens, right? Not a lot of international people use Coinbase. Then you have and so it's number 2, okay? Next to Binance, which is just a bonkers number, like 40 billion in a day is ridiculous. Then you have Dexes. Now, Uniswap v3, you have to take into account that it's fractured, that Uniswap is pretty much 2 dexes. Right now, it's at 2 billion. Or it's like 3, it's like more like almost 3. 3 billion. I've never heard of MDEX. What the hell is this? Free with free MDX on every trade. Fees are free. What the hell? Yeah, yeah, they just give you this valueless token, right? It's like, okay. You know what I mean? Like it's like, okay, but yeah, cuz what they're doing is they're subsidizing the fee that you pay when you trade, which is like, okay, like all right, cool. But then now I have to sell it to, you know, realize that reward. But it's just another Binance Dex. It's a new one. It's probably getting a lot of volume because it's brand new. But but Dexes like this are all like just like you were saying, like uh, NDAX or Newton, right? But this is the blockchain version of them. There's so many of them, dude. You know what I'm saying? Look at how many. And if when I say blockchain version, like it's running on a blockchain. You know what I'm saying? Like it's running on a blockchain. That's what I mean when it's a Tesla. This is the Tesla compared to, you know what I'm like eventually, bro, I feel like in 5 to 10 years, maybe longer, it could take longer. A lot of companies are going to be using this technology just to use for everyday life, for exchanging, for converting um, US dollars into Canadian dollars, whatever the hell, and more exotic things. Yeah, I mean, it's so modular. You can do so much with this. This is like you could plug this into a wallet, like you like taking so Dharma wallet, for example. You should try this out or try I haven't actually tried Rainbow Wallet. I hear really good things from them. Um, but both of these are just like software wallets. The wallets themselves are like your own, like you own the keys, and they make it like easy for you. I mean, I think it's kind of centralized where they kind of like have a backup. Like if you ever lose your password, you could probably get your keys from them. But like that means they kind of own the keys in a way. But really and truly though, the wallet itself is like running on the blockchain as well. So you can like look at your wallet. It's actually on the blockchain. It's not like in some company wallet where like you're sharing your wallet with a bunch of other people and stuff. Like this is like a real blockchain wallet, and it has like software. It has features and stuff where you can do trading straight from it, and it handles all of that within just the application, and you're not really connected to any company. So if the company goes bust, this stuff's supposed to just kind of still work. Like you might not be able to reboot your password unless they have some type of fail safe where you don't actually need a person there on the other end. But which could be a thing too. But yeah, the idea is that they're not they're not settling the trades for you. This is all happening with dexes, with Uniswap and stuff like that. So this has nothing to do with the Rainbow Company or anything like that. They just set up a blockchain wallet for you. So I don't know if this like if any of this is like no for real. And what I would say is if any of this is over your head, just use it. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, just like mm-hmm. Yeah, because I mean, it makes sense. It's like straightforward stuff, but just definitely use it anyway, because like this stuff is so cool. Like, and it's yeah, it's dope, man. And it's just like all I would say is that they do charge like certain fees just to like, operate as a business, which makes sense. I don't have a problem with that. But they provide so much convenience, like it's really worth it. And it's just gonna get more exciting because like then they're gonna use layer twos, so like the Ethereum fees aren't gonna be crazy, and yeah, so right now it's more catered to U.S. users, but yeah, they got a lot of cool stuff. So these ones in particular do not. Dharma and Rainbow, no. They're oh sorry, they're not dexes though. These are wallets. Sorry. So but the dexes that they're using, like look at this, right? Dollars to DeFi and a tap, right? So they're pretty much what they're doing is they're making you be able to buy crypto with your straight from your bank, but Bank of America is in US right now. And then immediately you can use dexes within the app. So you have Uniswap. Compound isn't a dex, it's a decentralized like lending platform. So just like Anchor, but it's a bit more robust. Like actually, let's go to compound. I haven't shown. Let's see here. Anchor's beautiful, man, and look at what it just went through. Like I almost got liquidated and everything, and that's cool, but like I didn't, and it bounced back. Like the collateral is not like in the dumps, and dude, like Luna itself is such a complex system, and it really depends on like the price of Luna to like work properly. And they're doing like an amazing job so far. Like it could blow up for real. Like so only thing I would say is like we're seeing it go through a test here, and I think it's like pretty robust, man. I'm not gonna like you know I feel bad now that I'm saying this because like it's like oh it's totally perfectly safe, but just keep in mind right that this is still experimental technology, and but I say that to say that it just went through a crazy test and it's still standing like very strong. So it's pretty. Yeah, and then another thing that's important, actually, let's take a look at the health of this because I haven't actually checked it. So UST, nice. So the important thing about this is that the price of UST stays at $1. So I don't know if I've. Yes, this is Luna's stablecoin. You know Luna has a stablecoin, right? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, for sure. So I don't even know why I even asked you that. Of course you know this. So the only thing I haven't explained, yeah, I showed it to you. So the only thing I haven't explained about it though is that Luna itself is like the collateral that backs UST, right? Like UST is not backed by US dollars in a bank account. What happens is when the price deviates, which is what happened, right? Look at the dip that it had, but it only lasted like a few days, like not even a few days, like yeah, like a day and a half, and it was already kind of oh, actually more than a few, yeah, like 4 days, let's say. Oh shit, no, sorry, excuse me, sorry. Yeah, exactly, man. I'm about to have a few more. So yeah, I need it. So what happened here is that the price dipped. Um, yeah, once that 20 so yeah, that May 19th, it dipped really hard, and what they're relying on is people and bots to pretty much buy this up at a discount and to redeem it for $1 worth of Luna. So actual Luna, they can buy it for $1, right? So they get Luna for a discount pretty much. And and exactly that's why they buy it. And the thing is that brings immense sell pressure on Luna, because what they do is they're not doing that to hold Luna. If anything, they're doing it to convert it into like USDT or something like that, and they sell it like right away, because you're pretty much arbitraging the difference between this and the actual US dollar. So you don't want Luna, you want an actual US dollar for the risk that you're taking. So so because of that crash that happened, that put a lot of pressure on UST. And yeah, it's just interesting to see that it's bounced back up. It's still kind of working at it, but it's doing its thing. So well, they didn't drop the price. That's the system itself reacting to what's happening. So there's two things that are happening. The price of crypto across the board is just going down. So that brings down the price of Luna. It's not just an independent thing. And then on top of that, because the price of UST, everything went out of whack. So because the price of UST actually went down, which is like interesting to me. Usually, because I think if these things should be a lot more in demand, the price of them should go up. But it's so young that I guess the price reacted on the downside. Because like USDC and other things, actually USDT was cheap as well. I don't know what's going on, man. I have to study this stuff a bit more. If anything, we should pull it up right now. Let me check out USDT and USDC. So what happened in the last few days? Yeah, it spiked up. No, but then it dipped. No, it dipped as well. Spiked up right before. And then May 20th. No, it stayed around $1. Nothing crazy really happened. So Tether kind of, if anything, it was trading below. Yeah, so I don't know. These things are always kind of just above or below. So Terra really got hit though, because it's still young. It's not big. It's not as big as the other ones. Like this is 2 billion market cap. The other ones are like in the 20 billion. Tether's in the 60 billion range. So so yeah, so oh my gosh, I'm going way too much into detail. So so I just say that to say this is how Terra works in the back end. Is that whenever that price goes down, they get Luna for free, not for free, sorry, but a premium, like they earn like the percentage difference, and usually these guys sell it, so that brings out more sell pressure. And this is freshly minted Luna too, so Luna's market cap grew a lot because the supply increased, or maybe the market cap didn't grow much, but the supply increased. So now you're looking at a lot more Luna in the system because that's where people were getting that price difference is coming from new Luna being minted. But that's the only way to mint Luna. And the opposite is true is when the price of UST is above $1, you can I can't remember what happens. I'm not going to try to explain it, but like they got a very interesting system where Luna's pretty much just backing the whole stability, and all the volatility pretty much gets transferred to Luna. But you can stake Luna, you get a pretty good interest rate. Like let me pull up this here. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's simple. So what I'll show you in just a second here. Oh shit, Luna's not. Yeah, so Luna's actually not here. I don't know what the staking rate is. So yeah, I'll show you that. That's right here. It's super high right now too. So the APR. Oh, true. So the APR is like you'll have your collateral, but you're only earning interest on what you borrow. Okay, so when it's high like this, and yeah, like I'm earning like 168% on like 2,700 bucks, right? But at the same time, that doesn't come with zero risk. You're also taking the risk that your collateral could plummet in price, which is what happened the other couple days, right? And then you're at risk of losing your collateral. So you have to be have small amounts borrowed if you don't want to have that risk. It's better to be around 20% than like 30, because the recommended limit is 35, but 30 is too close to that, and then you'll get liquidated at 50%. So if this goes down to like pretty much 5,300, I'll lose this amount pretty much, and it'll take it out of this. The maximum amount of liability permitted from deposited collateral. So yeah, yeah, they'll take it out of your collateral. That's the only place that's where the money is backed by. So this also brings some interesting like dynamics for UST because like now it's like backed. Yeah, because it's backed by loans as well. So like you can you know there's collateral that can bail it out a little bit. And yeah, I mean it's a lot though. Like this is all brand new stuff. This is so crazy to be honest with you, man. It is. I mean, it's and the fact that it's working. Like, look at Mirror Finance is like they got Tesla at pretty much within $10 price range. It's only at a $10 premium, and it's like a $300 stock. And this is like completely decentralized, running on a blockchain. I mean, Terra is not as decentralized as like Ethereum, but it's still permissionless, and you can still just own your wallet and stuff like that, right? But let's be honest, it's only cheap because it's not as decentralized as Ethereum and stuff and Bitcoin. But still, I mean, you got all of this crazy stuff. So the VIX went crazy. I think it was sitting around like $15 the other day. But yeah, what's crazy to me is yeah, again, the prices are just so close. Like I don't know if you see what you like the Oracle price, the first price column here is the actual stock price. And then the Terra swap price is like the price for this stock on this platform here. So, even Bitcoin, I mean, it's within $1,000. That's $1,000 difference. And you have perfect. It tells you the spread. So I don't even have to like look at the prices. It just tells you the price differences here. So this one's pretty tight at just under 1%. And then the ones with like, mm-hmm. Yes, sir. So the same thing with Anchor kind of is you can actually take out a loan kind of where you have to deposit UST this time, not Luna, but you deposit UST to get whatever stock you want. So if you wanted Coinbase, I have to deposit. Let me connect my wallet here. Oh, I don't have any UST. That's funny. So whatever. Let's just say I have 10,000. So I have to deposit 10K to get 16.5 shares of coin of Coinbase, right? If I go to Google Coinbase stock, so this number 16.5. So that's like for 10 grand, I can take out $4,000 in Coinbase, right? So if Coinbase, these 16 shares go up to be as worth as much as 10 grand, they will take my collateral and I'll be stuck with these shares. Make sense? Exactly. Yeah, but you're not buying it, like you're just putting in collateral and then essentially what you want, like the only reason people really want to do this and they need more incentives to actually happen make this happen is for you to like sell this. You want to this is like a way to short a stock. But the problem but the problem is everyone's bullish on these stocks. So it's like none of these are going down, bro. These are all going up. So you have to have this weird strategy where you kind of you mint it at opportune times when it's overvalued, and then you short it, try to sell it at like, you know, right away, and then you buy it back when it's cheaper. So this is for like experienced traders or people who are like, yo, this is went up like crazy. Then you can put in some collateral, sell it, and then you can pretty much profit from that as long as it doesn't keep going up. If it keeps going up, then you have to pay you have to pay the difference. Yeah, it's very cool. A better another option is to just mint, and then you can lower your volatility by pooling, and then you can just earn off of that stake. So you could put in 10 grand, get $4,000 worth of liquidity, and then put it in one of these pools, right? And then you know, who cares of whatever the price goes up, whatever the price goes down. If you're in it long enough, and you're earning like, you know, 100% or as low as 40%, bro, it's 40%. Like you'll pay off whatever price difference. Like it won't really matter. And plus it's in a pool, so you're when it's going up, you're selling. I mean, you're just lowering your volatility almost like a lot. So, you know, if it's going up, you might be selling, but you're also selling, so you can buy it back in. And then when it goes down, you buy back in. And yeah, so it's no big deal. So you're not minting UST, you deposit UST. You go to the mint page, right? And you have UST here at the top. You put in like 10 grand, right? And then you pick an asset that you want to mint. So I want silver, I want Apple, Airbnb, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Facebook, right? GME, Google, all of these things, right? These are like, this is a big list. It started off with just like 10, and like so far now it has like 20. So even the SPY, Tesla, and what's beautiful, bro, like this is not volatile. These are actually stocks, and they follow the stock movement. So if you want something stable, like get silver, get gold, you know, and then or like something that you're bullish on, Tesla, whatever, right? And then if you're minting it, you have to pay back that loan. But if you put in that collateral and it goes up a lot, like you could lose a lot. Like if you're selling it on the way up, you need to like buy it back. So be careful. So if you're gonna do that in pool, you definitely want to get like, you know, the spy, or you know, what's it, something stable, something that doesn't go up a lot. But yeah, that's the thing though. These all can go up a lot. So if the only thing that's probably gonna go down is Goldman Sachs. Look, Sachs is probably set up to fall like at any time. I'm sure, cause it's up a lot, but it's like, yo, it's a bank, bro. Banks are old and antiquated. It hasn't done much in years, right? It's like reaching new all-time highs. Let's go to max. Yeah, it's reaching new all-time highs, but it also could be set up for a very nice juicy plummet. It's super steep, right? Like this isn't proper. This isn't natural. Shouldn't be up like this. So look, when this happened last time, it went down, goes down, 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 right? Last time that happened again, yeah, this would be a great one to fucking to take out a loan on, short it, cause it can't go up that much more, man. This isn't gonna go to like 800 or 1,000. It's already huge. It's like 100 billion market cap. That's pretty big. Beautiful. It's like cake. So yeah, man, Anchor. Honestly, you can just live in this pocket, but I would advise to play around with some of these other protocols, whatever fancies you. But like, there's some that are just extremely profitable, like Thorchain. I need to get back into. They launched their multi-chain net now. Now I'm still a little scared to get into this pool, but honestly, I'm not scared. It's just a matter of timing it properly. Oh, it's been doing amazing, man. I wish I didn't buy this dip, dude. I screwed up. I didn't buy this dip. And honestly, it's just gonna keep ripping. This isn't this coin can do amazing things, man. But this is a pretty steep incline, bro. Like, come on, yo, come on. This needs to cool off. But every time I say that, it just denies me and just says no. Ridiculous. This has probably been the best performing after the rebound for sure. But it also went down quite a bit. Like I seen it as low as like $6. Yeah, 680. Should have my target to buy back was like $8, and I kept saying, "Wow, I never thought this would happen again," and it happened, and then it like just as quick it like was back out of it. It's like fuck. This shit got bought up so hard. But honestly, I wouldn't have expected it to go there, so I would have bought here around here. I would have bought around here, and then it would have been like not as much as like I would have thought. And I got the Luna dip, so the Luna dip was just almost as nice. Um, but I was forced to buy around here, fucking $10. Yeah, around $10. I was forced to buy around here, and I was like, oh, it's bouncing back. Maybe it's okay. Then boom, it like down to half. Like I can't believe it went to $4. That was all the liquidations though. See, this is what Anchor did basically. Like I'm not gonna say it's only Anchor, but because of how it's built, and also there's just so many pressures on Luna, and you know what I feel is gonna happen for me. Like, dude, I don't know how, and I hope that they just bless us somehow. Is the people who did not sell, I read on Twitter, this is the guy who pretty much founded Luna, is he said that they took snapshots, which means like you can take a an image of the blockchain, like a snapshot of like a point in time, and like see who sold, who did what up until that point. And he's like they took a snapshot of who sold and who didn't. And I think it was he said that replying to someone who was like, "Oh, I hope you can like compensate the people who held strong or who didn't sell." And he just replied like, "We took a snapshot." So I don't know what that means. I hope I get rewarded. Yeah, but that's the thing about holding these coins. Even if you don't do anything, and you just hold and hodl throughout all of the craziness, like you're like there's so many ways for people to like reward you or be like, "Oh, you're an OG. You've been around in crypto since like whatever, and you've been through this, you've been through that." So that's the real benefit. And even if, dude, even if it's $10, man, like I keep saying this. Like I've seen people get tens of thousands of dollars because they held $10 in their wallet. Like it's insane, bro. It's insane. So do as much as you can. Like fuck around with all of this stuff, but be like responsible. But I like a lot of the things I try to show you guys. Like I feel like have good potential to be like have airdrops or to just like have good pooling rewards, that kind of thing. Stuff that might be short term. It might not be around for months and months and months, but like they are like pretty stable. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean they're good for you know what I would say though? Only look at them for your educational purpose. The wallets that you have already are enough that you don't need to seriously use these other wallets. I would say just use them for educational purpose. Play with $100. Feel out what the fees are like and stuff. Cause like what I would say is like um, they both are gonna charge some type of fees. So just kind of play around before you dive in like a lot. You know, see how much it costs to do everything, and then see if you like it, if it's good for you, and then go from there. Yeah, they're fun. They're also just make the buying experience a little bit more fun and stuff like that. So if it makes sense for you and the fees don't sound too crazy, then I by all means I would say definitely use them. And they also have like savings options and stuff for like lending, and you use compound. You can use all these different DeFi things that you generally want that mobile experience. Like it's through these apps. It's definitely through these apps. But the problem is it's Ethereum and the fees are a bitch. So one thing I'll say. We're wrapping up soon. I'm gonna wrap up in like 5 minutes, but unless anyone, yeah, I'm just gonna do an hour just because like I'm kind of tired and stuff. And because we love Luna so much, you know, like I'm just gonna show you. Is it called Alice? Yeah, Do Kwon. Do Kwon, he's the man. He's like kind of an asshole, but like I like it. It's fine. I honestly like when when these guys are dicks. Like I feel like it's just so authentic. Like you're not really like you're kind of showing. Yeah, like I mean, when you kind of play the PR thing, like I don't know who you are really, you know. But when you even like Elon, right? Like Elon, what he did recently, honestly, like I'm so disgusted with what he's been doing. So like my opinion has changed of the guy. But before all of that, like I really felt like, yo, this guy is who he is. He just kind of says what he feels, and like that's cool. But when you manipulate an entire market for like 4 months, like get the fuck out of here, bro. Like you know, you're a total dickhead, bro. There's fucking laws against that shit. There's laws against it for like actual stock market. Absolutely, man. And when you realize you have that kind of influence, you need to be responsible. And he totally wasn't, bro. Completely, but let's not get into that. So, um, but what's cool about Do Kwon is he's kind of an asshole and he kind of just says what he feels. Same thing with Charles, right? Charles Hoskinson's cussing people out on Twitter probably right now. But like, oh, this one's right. Oh, Charles's. Oh, that's an NFT thing, eh? They're called the Hoskin. Yeah. Let me Google it. I should get one. Oh well, that's where it came from. Like, so these guys are from Korea, and they launched like their main app, which is called Chai. It's like a payment app. So like stores can accept crypto pretty much, and like they get they can like link up to their banks and stuff like that. It makes it really easy for them. So yeah, yeah, they will they have like a honestly Luna next to Ethereum. I don't know if it's currently the same story. I could pull it up, but like we don't have time for that. But at one point, I'm just gonna say it. Luna's like the third most profitable blockchain in terms of like actual fees being paid to the network, right? So instead of inflation, like it might be super profitable to mine Doge right now, but like how many people are using it and paying network fees, right? So a lot, and remember, a lot of trading happens on exchanges. So like these blockchains don't get used like at half as much as they get traded. So that being said, Luna gets used a lot, like a ton, and it's not like I think it was like maybe a tenth of what Ethereum can do. in fees, but like that's still a lot. So yeah, yeah, so Luna's up there, and that's why they say it's big in Korea because it's pretty much like that's the Chai app. It's probably the logo's probably here somewhere. So yeah, the Hoskinsons. I want a Hoskinsons NFT now because you were like, "Yo, it's cool," and I'm like, "Yeah, it is cool actually." Yeah, I want to see them all though. Home, about, terms, contact. What the hell? Where are they for sale? Introducing native token. We are giving back. What the hell? Okay. Looking to buy, sell, or trade your Hoskinson's NFTs? Check out the official Discord. Oh, I see. 700 ADA, bro. These guys are. Oh my gosh, these guys are selling for mad money. These, yo, honestly, bro, like these NFTs, they may not outperform ADA, but they're definitely gonna outperform the dollar. Like like some of them you might spend quite a bit at some point, and you don't want to buy in a bubble. But right now NFTs are not like in a bubble, and like I think the ADA ones they might be a little bit overhyped because that's kind of like 7 bills. I don't know. I don't want to spend that much right away. But yeah, some of the stuff in on ETH is crazy. Like okay, so 62 ADA, that's like $100, $120. That's kind of cool. But yeah, and like these are kind of like a pretty OG because it's like some of the first NFTs on ADA. So wow, wow, an astronaut sold for 50 ADA. Get the fuck out of here, bro. What the fuck? I want one right now. Yeah, so that's the thing is that this is kind of like what's the word is copyright breach a little bit, but the way a little, but like I mean, whatever. It's like what like come and get us. Like this is on the blockchain, man. Like it's already too late. How do I buy one? Yeah, it's too late. It's already out there. If for real, like this is they're trading. Yeah, this is crazy. Escrow moderator. Yeah, so they're using the Discord to trade, but like you could request an escrow fees, safe, easy, standard, 2% fee on ADA value, minimum fee 6 ADA, swap NFT to NFT, max extra token, uh, request escrow, react to this message with a inbox to create a ticket with the custody team. Announcements, general promos, collections, memes, buying, selling, DM offers, all of these 500 ADA DM. So there's more than one. Oh no, this is the same guy. Unless there's more than one. Yeah, there's probably more than one astronaut. Wait, 6631, right? That's what the number was. Let me go back to recently sold. What up? How's it going, man? Chilling, bro. I'm like, I was actually just about to end the call, but how you doing though? Like, you got any questions? You wanna like just chop it up? Or you just dropping in? It's all good, man. Yeah, it's all good, bro. I just planned to do like an hour today, but I can do another like 10 minutes or so. We can talk about a lot in a few minutes. Just touch base. Yo, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I appreciate that. Nah, yeah, I hope you guys get some value out of this because this is like we're in a bull market. It's kind of easy to make the money right now, and I hear a YouTuber I like, and he kind of says this is like bull markets can make you rich, but bear markets can make you wealthy. Okay, so like if this ever does turn around and the price isn't like booming anymore, you should be more excited, you know, because the conviction that I have, like you got to build that up through just kind of over time. You learn more. You kind of you might already be at the same level of conviction I have, which I feel like everyone in the group is kind of really in it. But yeah, if we find that prices just keep tanking from here, which I don't think they are, but if they do, I will be way more excited. You know, because I have just more time to get in at lower prices, and exactly. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you're just here for the short term anyway. Yeah, cause if you have like that conviction, you would say like, yo, selling at 100,000 Bitcoin isn't that's like too short sighted, right? Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, well, you got me here, and I'm a pretty good explainer of things. What's like, what would be your burning question that you're like, fuck, like I don't know what that is. Like, how does that? Mm-hmm. Yes, me too. Me too. Me too. Mm-hmm. 100%. I'll show you something. I have the perfect thing for you to see right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna show you two things. So you see, do you see my screen? Are you on the Discord there? So you see these images here? These are all Bitcoin mining farms. So when you're like, yo, where, like, how, like, what's the tangible side of Bitcoin? This is the tangible side. This is why billionaires are saying, I'm gonna put billions of dollars. Tesla put 1.5 billion dollars on this network, traded cash, fiat money for a entry for a wallet that has one. I don't know how many Bitcoin that 1.5 billion is, but that has many zeros on their wallet. Maybe it's in like 10 different wallets for security purposes, right? Now, the tangible side, right? What bank do you know has this much infrastructure backing their bank? None. The answer is none, right? There's zero. Banks get hacked on a yearly basis in the trillions of dollars. They lose that much money to hackers. Now you and I don't feel that because they're insured, right? And they have claims against things like this, and there's way to track down these people or whatever. But also this money just leaks out the system too, right? The only thing that's keeping this ship alive in terms of fiat currency is government and laws and taxes, right? But when that kind of stuff starts getting out of whack, the price of bread goes to $20 slowly over time. And what happens to people that I'm going on like on a tirade, but like that's the system that we're trusting is a system that's leaking, that gets hacked, that's based on people and changing policies. So when you look at this system here, let me actually stop talking for a second and pull up. Where is it? I guess it's in documents. So, shoot, where is that thing, man? So yeah, when you look at like these kinds of systems here that are backing your Bitcoin wallet, I mean, this is a very robust system, man. When you hear that FUD about like China and oh China can like do this to the network or do that to the network, Bitcoin is way more robust than like a simple like attack or someone trying to slow down the network. Even if they slow down the network, your entries are still there. They can't alter your account. Nobody's can take a haircut out of your Bitcoin, right? um, I learn about like history and stuff like that, and there's times where the entire banking system has collapsed, and they didn't capitalize the depositors. You as a depositor in your bank had to take a haircut. You had to lose either all of your money or like half of it or 75%, 25% gone, just money out of the system because they were on too much leverage or whatever happens, right? So so you got to realize fiat currency is only as tangible as the system that issues it. You know what I mean? Hmm. So that wasn't actually an attack on Ethereum, the network. Are you talking about the DAO hack? Because that's usually so the DAO hack was not an attack on Ethereum. That was a smart contract failure. So whoever wrote that contract, which is parity systems, they're actually the people who built Polkadot. This is part of the reason why I don't love Polkadot. But I mean, they no sir, no sir. So a smart contract is like an application that's running on top of a blockchain. Okay, so Tether, USD Tether, that is a smart contract. Okay, it's a token that lives on top of the Ethereum blockchain. That's what Tether is. Okay, it just happens to be built in a way or have rules or have a policy, a social policy, where one Tether is supposed to be worth $1, right? It's a simple smart contract. Very simple token smart contract. Okay? There's much more complex things you can do with smart contracts. But you want to look at it like it's as like a operate it's like Ethereum is an operating system and there's applications that run on top of it. Okay? Does that make sense? But you get the analogy though, right? Like as in an operating system, like I'll explain. As an operating system has programs that run on top of the operating system, right? If I'm not using the right verbiage, like just think of the analogy itself. Programs run on top of an operating system. That's how I'll say it because that's how you can conceptualize it, right? Like this browser is a program, and it gives me access to the internet. It does other things or whatever, right? But the operating system itself is Windows, right? Or if you have a Mac, it's Mac OS, right? You have different operating systems, but you'll have similar programs that run on top of it. But what's a program? A program can do many things, right? Many things. So a smart contract is the same thing. It's a program that runs on top of a blockchain. Okay? That's how you can conceptualize that. And again, that's why it's hard to explain because it can be many things. So Tether is a simple example because you can hold Tether in your Ethereum wallet and it's a token. But that token that you're holding itself is a smart contract. Like there's a smart contract that controls how many Tether gets created and all of that. So it's like there's smart contract technology is happening there. So yeah, definitely like when you that's a hot button topic. So Google smart contract, learn more about it. But that's a way to think about it when you're learning about it. Okay, it's just a program, and Uniswap itself is is a bunch of smart contracts working together, right? It's probably like 4 or 5 smart contracts, and it lets you trade all of these different tokens and stuff. So what happened with the DAO hack? To get back to the hack that you're talking about, the DAO hack was not an attack on Ethereum. It was a breach of a smart contract, like it was an exploit. Just like how, like I was saying with banks, how banks will lose money like every year to hacks and stuff. It's the same thing. If your smart contract isn't built correctly, or if you have like a flaw in it, people can drain money out of your smart contract. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got you. That's not always the case, my nigga. It's not always the case. It's really not always the case. Think about the rest of the world for one, right? The rest of the world do not enjoy all of these luxuries. If a banking system collapses, all of your money is gone, and that can happen here. And it's had listen, and it can happen here, and it has happened here in the recent past. So it's not always the case. Now, the thing is at the same time, if you do get bailed out and there is a banking collapse, right? And you do get bailed out, what can happen is you can have rampant inflation, right? These people like honestly, man, we give so much trust in these people at the top of the system, and when you listen and actually understand, like I'm getting a little heated just because people like you guys are really not paying attention to how these people move. They do not care about people, and they do whatever they can to profit as much as possible. And when the system collapses, it's because of them and their actions and the way that they move with the system. They are profiting and raping the entire economy consistently, bro. Like, what was the 2008 crisis about? It was about housing and banking. They were giving terrible loans to people who shouldn't have been getting loans, and they were making them pay insane interest rates if they missed one payment. And the entire system collapsed because of it. And that was just the tip of the iceberg. There were so many other things that are hard for even me to even comprehend, bro, because these people are smart. They're not idiots. Yeah, for sure. And this is the number one reason why crypto exists. It's not for fun. Yeah. So, mhm. Right. I understand that. So I understand that. Yeah, I understand that. So what I would say to that though is that there's plenty of options where you have the same level of security as you do with a bank. You may not be insured in the same way where if the bank itself blows up or whoever's holding your money blows up, but you have the same security in sense that like Like honestly, bro, like someone could hack into your bank account, and like if you like, you'd have to go through and tell them like it was fraud or it wasn't you or whatever, and they might. Yeah, no, no, no. Let me finish because I'm giving you that right. Like you're right. Like they can recapitalize you, right? So the thing is though is that this is beyond the thing like, oh, I need that security from banks. When was the last time you got hacked and lost your money like that? You know, never. It doesn't happen. You got to be targeted. Like it's either a phishing attack where you need to just have proper etiquette where when it comes to banking in general, you're supposed to not have your passwords just out there and all of that. People just know this. So if you apply the same thing to your crypto, it's not that hard to take care of it. So the problem is people get greedy or they rush, which you shouldn't do with any kind of money, and they give out the passwords. And I'll tell you, man, 90% of the people that get hacked, quote unquote hacked, they gave away their seed phrase and they entered it where in places they weren't supposed to, right? So yeah, so when you do stuff like that, like you're doing things that you're explicitly told not to do, right? And also usually you're doing it out of like, either you're new or you're, haven't done proper research, which I think things like that will get obfuscated as well, where you'll just have like a simple seed phrase. It's not even a seed phrase that you could type in. It's something that you'd have to like verify a bunch of times or whatever, even to like type in somewhere or give to someone. And there's hardware wallets that kind of make that easier for you. And there's all kinds of infrastructure out there. There's going to be companies that will just custody crypto for you. Banks are gonna be holding crypto. Yo, you know what's gonna happen, man? Like, okay, this is the point that I wanted to make, right? You might feel like, okay, banks are gonna insure me, like my savings or whatever, but at the same time, they're inflating the money supply. So inflation eats away at your savings regardless, right? So what most people do and what people should be doing is investing, right? That's where your wealth should be held in, is in gold and in stocks and stuff like that, bonds, all of that. And then now you're in the land of the wolves because these people are able to inflate currency, which is good for stocks, but they're also able to inflate their stocks. Tesla can go tomorrow and be like, we're introducing 10,000 stocks into the system. Now you've been diluted. That's very possible. And then you have, I mean, they have laws or whatever, but they can still do it. They just have to go through the proceedings to do it. And then you have these black swan events that are caused by leverage and manipulation and all kinds of stuff. So you know, generally it's just good to invest in the stock market. It trends up, I know that. But there's so much evidence that a lot of asset classes are just manipulated and not just manipulated, but like the systems beneath them are being used to just extract more value. And I'll explain that. Like, and I don't want to go on too long, but um, what happened with GameStop was like a systematic failure. Like, and it was something that like is allowed to happen, which is insane. Like when the short squeeze, yeah, the short squeeze, because how you're able to short a stock, like over 140% when those stocks don't even exist. That's in that, yeah, yeah, it was something crazy. So it's like, yeah, like over 100% for sure. So you're looking at that like that's the system that we play in and that we trust. But what blockchains, the You gotta let me finish so I can tie it back to the technology, because like the because the thing and I don't mean to cut you off, but I'll just say this last point because I'll let you go on. The thing that blockchains do that help prevent this is that they enable instant transactions, and your custody is in your own wallet. You own that wallet. Now, does that mean you have to be responsible for that wallet? No, you can have a custodied system where someone has, maybe they're in the future they will be insured, and if they lose money or something, they'll get a bunch of fiat to back it up and they can buy back your crypto, whatever the fuck, right? But for right now, it's such an early time. It's really hard to judge this because you're talking about the raw technology when we're talking about also a system like that's been around for hundreds of years, right? So the raw technology itself is allowing these companies to transact and to do instant transactions directly into custody of whoever the hell. But until they integrate that, they still have this old system where you have like three custody houses before it even gets to you, and you never really even custody your stocks. That's why at some point you think you have a stock, but at the same time that one stock that you own is getting lent out to another guy, who that guy's selling it and then is selling, and then the bank is buying it up, and that stock now is getting lent out to someone else who's shorting it, right? And they have to buy it back at like whatever price, right? So these stocks can move throughout the system, but they're just entries and they have to get settled, and the settlement time is like 3 days. So that's why you have all these imbalances between how many stocks are being actually sold on the market, and you shouldn't be able to be short over 100%, but it happens because it's technically inefficient, you know. And the only thing that really is going to be able to fix that is is and I will say blockchain, just because if you're talking about global trade, you need to have like a neutral system that's carrying out those transactions, because otherwise you're just doing the same thing over and over again, right? Because if you don't have a global a global settlement layer, you're not innovating on anything. You're just using a different company. Does that make sense? Like you're using a different company to settle your transactions, which isn't different than what's happening right now. You know, so again, don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. Listen to the billion-dollar companies, the billionaires that are putting billions of dollars on these chains. They have a stake in this, you know, and I feel like this is inevitable. This is human organization happening in we're advancing in the human race. Like this is literally an innovation. You need to look at this like the engine. This is like the engine in the 1900s, and we're going to build so many different services, and processes are going to be using blockchains, just because it might be inefficient now, but moving into the future we're going to use this to just coordinate better and transact value over the internet. There's not been, PayPal is not Bitcoin. You know, it's a company. Bitcoin is not a company, right? So you know the hacks and stuff like that. I don't think you have to worry about that so much. Bitcoin's been around for like over 10 years and it's never been hacked. It stopped maybe two times in its very early history, that is ever stopped, where you were like not able to actually like send a transaction, you know. And with Ethereum it maybe happened like once or twice. Like CryptoKitty stopped it, but that was like for like maybe an hour or whatever. It wasn't even a long time. Like, and we're talking about years, 10 years, a decade running, right? That's robust. I mean we've never seen something like that, right? So could it blow up tomorrow? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? Like it's almost like as sure as the sun rises, Bitcoin will be around. You can almost bet that until there's like a nuclear war. And even then, I think like as long as there's a few computers that still have the ledger, Bitcoin can still survive. Can you say that about a bank? Probably not. A couple strategic airstrikes at a few banks wipe out a whole person's bank account. Gone. You understand? Or do you like, or do you like you see what I'm saying, right? But do you refute it? Like that's what I want to say. Like, do you have an argument against that? Because it's true. Hmm. Yeah, for sure. Dog, the records are everything. The records, those Excel sheets that are on their servers are everything. If they're not, they would have servers. I mean, it's not going to be an Excel sheet. I like it's going to be on a SQL database or something like that. But they're hosted on servers. Now, the only thing that I can think of that they can try to do to keep redundancy is to hold it in secret locations, right? And yeah, but those servers have physical locations, right? If you destroy those servers, right? If you destroy those servers without any forewarning, that information is gone. Now, the best bet that they sorry? Yeah. This is a good convo. I appreciate it. Mhm. Mhm. Like, dude, you got to understand like you got yep. Mhm. I'm just yeah, yeah. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. They're more robust than I'm leading on to believe. But I'm saying, but what I'm it's because of the relative conversation that we're having. I'm comparing them, right? I'm not just speaking in a vacuum about banks. Like banks are definitely better than the underside of your couch, right? They're definitely more secure than keeping money on PayPal. Absolutely, right? Yeah, so cuz no cuz yeah, cuz what I'm saying is like this goes far beyond just like oh banks are insured if I get hacked then they got me. This way beyond that cuz that's not the reason we're using crypto. You know, it's not for the security from hacking cuz like both of them are check boxes. Like if we're checking boxes here, you're checked on both sides. Now, I will grant you that if you get hacked directly, right? Um, you're at risk there. But what I would say to that is that there are institutions that will hold crypto for you and carry that risk alongside of the other billions of dollars that they hold, right? So if you don't trust yourself, you have institutions that you can trust, right? But what I would so you know there's a ticket for that. Like there you can check boxes for that on the crypto side. Now, is it on the level of history and robustness as banks? Still, no. I would say no. In definitely not in terms of insurance, but that's because regulation's not here yet. You know, it's still very early. But in terms of like the because you started off the conversation with like physical, like you want to see how it's backed. Where is your money, like if you want to hold your money, you know what I'm saying? What all I was trying to show you is just like Bitcoin is backed by millions of graphics cards, right? And hardware drives, hard drives that are securing and holding your records. And you don't have to even hold Bitcoin. You can use this technology to hold your stable coins, right? And your US dollars or your Canadian dollars or whatever, and just hold your wealth there. And that gives you, um, in the sense that, again, if Armageddon comes, right, and you have like a bunch of servers, like, because like what Russia could do is just strategically be like, we're gonna blow up all the Amazon servers, Amazon Web Services, so many Google, so many like vulnerable server locations, just out in the open, blow them up. The internet as we know it is gone, right? And that includes your banking system, dude. That absolutely includes your banking system. Does it include crypto? No, it doesn't. Because as long as like satellites are in the air and your electricity can run, you can still ping these messages. And the internet lines are like they gotta like go for the internet lines before crypto's gone, right? And that's like huge copper wires that go like under the water in the sea from continent to continent, along with satellites. Bitcoin has its own satellite, Blockstream. It's called, has its own satellite. So you don't even need the internet. You just get a satellite dish, and you can and Ethereum's about to get one too. So when you talk about robustness, like I don't know any bank that has their own satellite. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it sounds funny to say, but I'm just saying, like, in comparison, it's just they're worlds apart. Like that's why I think Bitcoin has the very easy potential to go to like $10 trillion, like the size of gold. Granted, gold will probably grow bigger than that at that same time if that ever happens, but it can go 10x, and that means a $600,000 Bitcoin, $400,000 Bitcoin is a 10 million market cap, 10 trillion, excuse me. And that could happen because Bitcoin's on that level. It's not on the level of banks. It's not banking technology. This is like a savings device. It's like a means to transact. Gold is not a stable price, but if you think about, okay, I'm gonna end the conversation with like this, just because, like, let's switch up the topic a little bit. Like, think about Bitcoin like gold, right? More like gold, but better, because you can transfer it much easier. It's not heavy, whatever. But but if you look at gold as like a currency, because it is, one one ounce of gold in the 1920s could buy you a nice suit. Okay, 1 ounce of gold back in the 1920s was worth about 30. I think it was like $25 to $35. All right, and that would buy you a nice suit. That would actually get you a nice suit back in those days. Maybe a little bit more, but like a decent suit. Now, today, 1 ounce of gold will still buy you a nice suit. Maybe a little bit of a nicer suit, but I mean, 2,000, yeah, $2,000 for a suit. I would pay $1,000 for a suit, 2,000 for a suit. People do that. A few $100 suit is not a nice suit. It's like it's a suit, but it's not a nice one. When I say a nice suit, like it's like maybe a little tailored or whatever. You got it from a nice store, right? Let me Google nice suit. Right, right off the bat, $500. Right. So if we're talking about a nice Gucci suit, $2,000 is probably low, right? But so Yeah, so the idea there is just that the price of clothing, the price of everything just goes up over time, and gold usually either outperforms it or it holds its value, you know. And gold has certain properties that Bitcoin has in terms of monetary policy, which we didn't even talk about. Like all of that stuff is just the reason why we're attracted to crypto. It's not just like the security side, and that's not even um, a big worry because again, banks get hacked all the time too. So it's just a matter of infrastructure around it and support and insurance. All right, homie. Yeah, no doubt, man. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I'm just here to help everyone's conviction and to answer your questions. And this is just my opinions, you know. So I'm always welcome to hear other people's opinions and learn what you learn. So take care, man, and I'll see you guys next week. All right? Yeah, every day. Yeah, what up, man? Yeah, yeah. It's called Blockstream. Let me pull it up on the page here. Yeah, no, it's very cool. Blockstream, and they sell kits and everything. Yeah, absolutely, man. It's my pleasure. Yeah, that's why I like doing these things and recording them. And I'll put it in the text chat. This is the Blockstream website, so you can go back and refer to that anytime you want to see it. Um, yeah, I mean they got a freaking satellite, bro. Like, this stuff is so robust. So definitely cool stuff. And they got like different time zones. Yeah, it's legit. But yeah, man, I'll see you next week. Or if anything, I might take a break next week. Or we'll see how things go. All right, man. You too, man. Take care. Peace. And that's it. Peace.